If you're in Bombay, there's one sandwich you have to eat. It's the Vada Pav. It's a potato dumpling, spiced, dipped in chickpea batter, in a bun, with glorious chutneys, tamarind. Millions are sold every day, all across the city. It's the #1 sandwich on the planet. And right behind me is Aram Vada Pav. They sell thousands of Vada Pav a day. We're going to go inside and see how they do it. Let's get into the kitchen. All of this is happening in less than 100 square feet. They're making the vadas over in the corner. Come on, let's take a look at what Chef Chetan's doing over here. So these are the actual vadas. This is potato that's been boiled and then spiced with popped mustard seeds, curry leaves, green chilies, ginger, and a little bit of hing, asafoetida. It's the resin from this plant. And it's a very simple recipe. It isn't heavily masala-fied because the magic happens when he dips it in the pakora batter. The batter itself is also seasoned with salt. It's made with chickpea flour, and it's essentially got probably a hint of turmeric and a little bit of hing in it. Then it's deep fried. This has to be done by hand. There's absolutely no other way to do it. And he's perfected his technique. The ball's getting tossed from one hand to the other. A quick dunk in the batter. The batter's got to be at the perfect texture, not too thick, not too thin, a little bit thicker than pancake batter. And then dunk it in the oil in such a way so that it doesn't sink to the bottom and stays floating at the top. It's set to roughly 200 degrees Celsius is what I can see on the front. His range is between 200 and 250. That's almost 400 degrees Fahrenheit, extremely hot. Because remember, he doesn't have to worry about cooking the inside. He just has to make sure that the outside gets golden and crispy and fast. There's 36 of the vadas in a tray, and he gets 55 in it at one time. So it's a practice motion where he's flinging a vada from one hand to the other, giving it a quick roll, and dropping it in the oil. It's rolling off his fingertips. Think of Michael Jordan making that final shot in Game 6 against Utah. The ball's just rolling off his fingertips. It's really amazing. I mean, there's no difference in craftsmanship and trade. It's just practice, timing, experience. He comes from his village every week to do this Monday through Friday, and then the weekend he goes back to the village. He is the Vada Pav specialist at Aram Vada Pav. So he's going to get 55 in there. It'll take about 2 to 3 minutes. It'll get in that tray, and it'll start immediately all over again. I just did the math real quickly. If he's doing 55 every 3 minutes, he's doing approximately 1,000 an hour. Separate from the oil, he's collecting what we call the bundi, the little crunchy bits that drip off the batter into the oil, and those are going to be part of the sandwich also. So you can ask for extra on the sandwich, the bundi, the chura, so that you get that beautiful, nice crunch when you take a bite of the sandwich. This red garlic chutney is the smell of Maharashtra to me. Tiny little baby garlic, sometimes fried, sometimes dried in the sun. Peanuts, red chilies, obviously dried red chilies, salt, and then the chura. This stuff is crumbled up and put into it. Everybody's got their own technique for how to make it. These guys add a little bit of this to that, and they make it fresh here almost every day. And this is what gives Vada Pav its distinctive taste. A Vada Pav without this, I mean, take a look at that hole in the window here. This is where it goes. Then up front are the maestros doing the sandwich assembly. So this entire operation, 99% of the vadas are going through that tiny hole in the wall to serve the hundreds of people gathered outside. Let me show you the other side of the window. Right back here. Chetan, how are you? This is where the food comes out, the vadas come out. They go straight into the bucket over here. You got 2 assembly stations. One on the right, one on the left. Take a look at the crowd outside. They're wondering what I'm doing in here. They just want their Vada Pav. They're ready to go. Once the bun's open, the green chutney is spooned under the top and smeared with a spoon. Then they sprinkle the garlic red chutney, which is dry, onto the bottom so it sticks to the chutney and doesn't fall out. The sweet chutney is squirted onto the bottom from a squeeze bottle. Vada stuffed on the inside, and then the fried green chili is stuck on top, handed to you on a piece of wax paper if you're going to eat it here, or wrapped up if you're going to take it to go. We're not even in any kind of meal rush. It's just a random time in the afternoon. In about an hour, people start emptying out of offices, but then I can't imagine what this looks like at 8 p.m. as folks decide that what they were craving for dinner, what they were hankering for, was a Vada Pav. We're on the street, literally. Everywhere around me, people are eating their Vada Pav standing on the street. I mean, this is the definition of street food. The Vada Pav is to Mumbai what the slice of pizza is in New York City. I mean, it defines Bombay. During the Civil War in America, when cotton production plunged, the cotton mills in Bombay went into overdrive so that they could supply cotton to the rest of the world. Suddenly, factory workers were coming out at all odd hours of the day, and they needed to eat. So the enterprising street cart vendors figured out how to make on-the-fly dishes on a tiny little hawker stand. So they'd go to the bakeries that were run by the Portuguese. They were baking this roll called pão, which is the Portuguese word for bread. And they put together these stomach-filling meals that could be done in bread with vegetables so that it would basically appeal to everybody. And that's sort of the origin of the Vada Pav and many of the other pão dishes. I'm salivating. I've been waiting for this moment for 3 days. Ek Vada Pav. Aur chutney acha dalna. Thank you. 25 rupees. This is insane. I mean, that's a quarter. So I got my coupon, and luckily there seems to be a longer line right now than folks picking up the vada, so I got a break here. Just got to shove this in his face and get his attention. Can't be shy. You got to be aggressive. You got to move in. If I stand here and wait for people, I'll be going further back every second. Here we go. Get right in there. Chutney acha dalna, please. And there's my green chili. Let's walk with this bad boy. I can't wait. This is a love story to Mumbai. I mean, it is. We've got the green chutney on the top, the vada itself. On the bottom, we got the tamarind chutney, the sweet chutney as they call it, meetha chutney, mixed in with some of that red chili, garlic, peanut chutney, and of course the spicy fried chili on top, so you get a little bit of heat. I mean, woo! I can't even describe what's happening in my mouth right now. The bread is so soft, it literally just tears apart. And then you hit the crunch of the pakora batter on the outside. And then the soft, warm, almost umami-laden potatoes just sort of coat the inside of the mouth with a creamy texture. And then all of a sudden, the bite of that red chili with the garlic just hits your tongue, lights it up. It makes you want to go back in for another bite almost immediately. It's a virtuous cycle. Bite, burn, bite, burn. There are certain foods that have this special thing about it. I guess the English word we'd call is crave-worthy, where every bite literally creates the desire for the next bite. I feel like that way with pizza, and Vada Pav is definitely one of those foods. Every bite creates the desire for the next one. That's when you know that you've got something truly special happening. It's a filling sandwich. That's the idea behind a Vada Pav, is to fill the bellies of hungry, office workers, factory workers. It works as breakfast. It works as a snack in between meals. While we've been standing here, we've seen students, we've seen panhandlers, we've seen businessmen in suits, seen lawyers coming out of their courtroom cases. And it's a universal food. It transcends all ethnicities, socioeconomic classes, rich, poor, student, judge, victim. Everybody enjoys a Vada Pav. If you come to Mumbai, there's so much you can do here. But the one thing you have to do to have the quintessential Mumbai experience is to have a Vada Pav. It is the sandwich that defines the city. Amazing history and an amazing sandwich. That's Mumbai all wrapped up in a package for you. History, story, the personal touch, and as always, the taste.